Okay, so this is recording now, and I'm going to make a navigation on the left here. I'm going to create a navigation on the left, and I'm going to create my page links. So a navigation is really a list, and I'm going to style it. I've got some style values, color values here to go with my color scheme. So just underneath, inside left, I need two things, okay? Inside left, I need two things. See this, now I'm inside left. I'm making a div, ID equals logo, just in case, I don't know. So I'm going to put a logo. And inside this div, you're going to put your image tag, img src equals, width equals, height equals, alt equals, and you learned this, okay? So there are some logos on the J drive given to you. Take them, resize them in Photoshop, or use them. So I'm not putting anything right now. I'm just using it as a placeholder. But so you can see I've just got a dummy image there, okay? Just a dummy image. I might make them width 250. Or might make the width 200, 225. Okay? So that's the logo. But the logo is not what I'm playing around with right now. I need to make a div for the menu, okay? Now usually what happens is we give this, the menu, also a container. And anything to do with navigation, we call it nav. And nav container is what you will see even the person on CSS Max Design uses, and that's where I learned it from. It's a nice habit, nav container. It contains the navigation. So I've started a div and I'm going to end it. Now you learned lists, didn't you? You learned lists with Phil. Let's look at them. An ordered list gives you numbers. An unordered list gives you no numbers. Are you feeling okay? You're better. Okay, you didn't die yesterday, survived. Okay. Okay, so we're going to make an unordered list because the menu items are not in any particular order. We should order them. Home should be first and contact should be last, but we're not giving them any numbers. So UL, unordered list, and we end it /UL. Tell me if there's anything you don't understand. Okay? Now inside this we have list item home, and I'm just going to copy this 4 times. Maybe home, about, maybe products, maybe services, and maybe contact. So you see, div tag, and then an unordered list, and a list. There it is. Good? Very good? Easy? And you have this code. You'll have the code as well as the video. There are a few things now. We must style it. We don't want the dots. Okay? So we can say bullet style none. But we must also make links to it. Now see this li? We must make a link on both sides. A href equals and /a on the other side. Okay? So the home page is index.html always. Okay? So I'm going to copy this a link, and then I'm going to have an about.html /a. Then I'm going to have a services.html slash a, and then I'm going to have a contact.html slash a. Cool. Now, if I'm not going to show this. If some of you want, when you click on the about page, the about button should highlight to tell the user this is where you are. You can put an ID. You can put an ID. ID equals active. Okay, and I'll show you how to do this. And when you go to the home page, you can make ID active here, home page. Okay, whichever page you are, that list you make active. We'll see how to style it. I'll leave it there. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. Don't make life complicated if you don't understand things. When you start understanding them, then you start go for it. Slowly get into the complications of HTML. But active basically says, oh, this link is active to tell the user we are on this page. No big deal. And you can see the default color, the underline has come, and it's all arrived now. I'm going to do a few things that even Phil did yesterday, and I'm going to go into CSS. That's done. Logo, links, it's done. Of course, I don't have my pages. I have index.html, but I don't have about. In fact, because this is index, let me call this index. So when the pages are made, it will work fine, nicely. Index.html. I'm just going to go into the styling. Now I played with the colors before you guys came. I didn't get to make it nice and beautiful, but I'll just select some colors which I have. Now let's see what I have here. I've got a nav container. Inside the nav container, I've got an unordered list. Inside the unordered list, I have a list item. Inside the list item, I have a. Okay. So we're going to style some of these. Sometimes this gets very messy. So I'm going to make a comment here. Navigation styles. So I know anything to do with navigation, I must go here. Easy to read, otherwise your style becomes so big and you tell me, hey Dilip, I need help with this, and you say, okay, where is it? And we are going up and down the page and we can't find it. It's messy. Put comments on it. Navigation style. You know how to put comments? /*, //. Very good. First thing I must do here is, you see the UL, and because you have to use lists. If you start styling the UL, it will affect all the ULs. But what do we want to affect? The UL sitting inside nav container. Well done. So hash nav container UL start end. The first thing I need to do is list style. You know the bullets? The bullets, they're gone. I don't want bullets on my menu. List style gone. Of course, margin and padding I will put 0 because there's an extra gap there on the left. So I'll go margin 0, padding 0, semicolon. Otherwise it won't work. Yeah. If you forget to put a semicolon, the next command gets ignored. And that's why Phil actually mentioned that you put a semicolon whenever you want to start another command after ending one. So margin 0, padding 0, this style done. Okay? And I put a semicolon here by mistake. So that's done. Now we're going to serve the links. So hash nav container A, and I'll just do a hover, a colon hover. Okay, let's do these two things. If we actually display it like a block item, it should go all the way. But let's start by giving it some basic colors. I'll give a background color to this. And earlier I picked up a color from this color scheme. Okay, see that? So I've given a background color, and let me give it a color. Color FFF is white. So I've got the colors there. The underlines, text, hyphen decoration, none. So the text decoration goes away. Now you can see how it is uneven. If I say display, I keep shifting to the other scene. I'm just going to go into code view. If I say display, and you must have noticed to change certain types, we say display inline, sometimes we say display block. If you want it standing next to each other, you can actually say the list item, not the A tag, but a list item, the moment you put it in line, it will come next to each other, not below each other. So if I actually say, for example, if I say li, and I will take this off, display inline. See this? So for horizontal menu, the list item has to be inline. Okay? And you will see this. Designers changing block type to inline, inline type to block. Okay? So I'm not going to use this because I want a vertical, but I'm just telling you, if you choose a layout which has got horizontal menu, you will have to say li display inline. But you know what, the previous site I gave you, css.max designs, and we can revisit it. If you go to css.max designs listmatic 2, this guy also has got horizontal lists. So you can go to list tutorial, make a basic list. Menus. He has some horizontal ones. These are vertical, but look through the list. He has got a lot of lists, and he has got some which are horizontal, some which are vertical. These are vertical with rollovers. So have a look at this site. It's a beautiful site. I'll go back here. So if I change this to display block, that's what happens. Now there's only one thing. You see how they are very close to each other. If I add padding on my image, padding bottom, it will push the menu down. So don't worry about that. You see, I actually made a div tag for my logo, ID logo. If I just say hash logo, and I'll put a comment here, logo. If I say hash logo, and I say padding bottom, see that? That will push the menu down. So we are not worried about that. So we have got this container. I can put padding bottom here of 2 pixels, and I'm hoping I get a gap. Oh, it's adding a line. I'll actually put a padding bottom on the li. So if I actually say take the li, hash nav container ul li, because the li is sitting inside a ul, just to be correct. Yeah, so you can see the line there, the small line, just a gap. That's okay. Good, we'll leave that. Now for hover, I'm going to keep all of this. And I'm just going to change the hover, the background color, and I've got a different color here. What was the color for hover? C60. Let's see, C60. So if I try to look at it, see that hover? Okay. So I've got a hover, and I'm just going to really do one more thing, and that's the active thing which I was telling you guys about. So we have styled the A. We have styled A hover. We have styled the A, and I'll just keep this above so the A and A hover are together. It's easier to fix when you're playing with it. So A and A hover is here. I'll just add one more, and that is hash active A. So the A inside an active. You see this? I have a situation where I've got ID active and I've got an A inside active. So I'm saying hash active A, and I'm just going to say background color black. So you can see about has got active, so it becomes black. So whichever page you go in, so this is index, and I'll show you. I will when I create the other pages, I'll show you. I'll just create the other pages to make sure that the links are working, and we can stop. So this was index. Index page has been saved. Let me create the about page. ABOUT about, and in the about page. Oh, sorry, wrong. My bad. Hang on a second. This has to be the home page. So that's the home page. File, save as, about.html, save. There are two things I'm going to do. I can change the content of the all the about page, and here in the navigation, who is active now, on which page we are, about. Save that. So I've created just two pages. You can create all the pages. I'm just going to quickly preview that. So if I go to home, see the home page becomes active. If I go to about, the about page becomes active. And this black border you see is something I just showed you last week, how to make 960 and to center it. But you can see, then you start putting your content. Wherever there's a table, you put a table. On one page, if you need to change the content, in one of the pages you need to remove the right side box, you can delete it and have a separate style, controlling the middle to extend it. If you need a hand with that, just call me over. It's an easy thing to do. But you have the basic idea of making a layout. Image, everybody knows how to add an image src equals, and how to pad it and margin it. So this blank thing here, I haven't put an image yet. I don't have a logo, but you can put a logo there. And you can see I just have that outline. The outline gives me a perfect idea of how much it should be. I'll keep changing it. I'll make it 225, maybe 235. Maybe 240. I don't know. I didn't do the math correctly on this one. Okay, I'll get it right this time. 242. I should have worked out the math correctly. But there you are. I'll just preview it once again and we'll stop. So there, that's really, and you can see this padding. I think I put a padding on the left side, and that's why there's a gap on both sides. Those pages are not made. And if you don't want it sticking to the left, for example, if you don't want the A link to be sticking to the left, you could probably go text align center. Okay, but then you would need to, I think, put it on the hover as well. And there, home, about, services, and of course I didn't make the services page. Okay, you have enough information to really start get cracking on your assignment.